If you kind of look at the arc of the innovation ecosystem, in the 70s and 80s, right, investment in tech and life sciences was very similar. Investment in tech often meant doing hardware, software, a lot of engineering that kind of then had to be brought into products that came to market, and you scaled up revenues, and then you kind of went public or took exits. And that often took 7-10 years. And that was also the case with what was happening in life sciences. Then in the late 80s, early 90s, with the advent of the internet, it became pretty easy to write software, move electrons on a PC, move electrons across the internet, and it started transforming returns for sort of venture capital firms on the tech side of the house. And so a lot of life science investing ended up becoming a very specialist thing, where firms then focused on sort of creating assets for other large pharma companies to buy. And a lot of biotech investing often works like that. So there's a lot of firms in life sciences investing that will basically be a portfolio of 20 or 30 kind of individual sort of treatment investments. And the goal in those is less to build a standalone company and more to focus on creating enough data to make it credible such that a large company goes and acquires that. Now, CRISPR, as it happened in 2012, the first few companies that started out with CRISPR sort of did take a mainframe approach to innovating with CRISPR. Their view was, so CRISPR at the core is a fundamental bioengineering technology. We look at Mammoth as like the Intel or Microsoft of bioengineering. And so in the classic tech parlance, when you have a platform technology, you have to build some applications to show the power of the platform, but then you have to get recruit an ecosystem that can build all the applications to kind of truly realize the value of the platform. And so the first few companies that started out in 2012 took the first CRISPR protein and basically, kept on fighting among each other on who owned it, but focused on doing everything on their own, kind of like almost like the way in the mainframe land, people built their hardware, their chips, their operating systems before they built the application. With Mammoth, the view was that we had the core engine that was finding CRISPR systems. And the odds that, the first was the best and the only one was pretty low. So the fact that this approach could then, powered with high throughput screening AI and a lot of biology, could find new CRISPR systems for different applications was something that became core to the company. And then it was sort of used to bring new applications like diagnostics, which nobody had done before, in addition to therapeutics and biomanufacturing. And so the core then as a company is your culture is very different. You do have a mission to market. So the core mission at Mammoth that aligned everyone was we want to impact and save as many lives as quickly as possible, which meant that even though diagnostics doesn't look very profitable from a return on investment perspective, we were not going to go do it. We were going to go ahead and do that. And we were going to go ahead and do things, but we were also going to go ahead and partner along on that journey. And in that sense, then it meant that you had to sort of think about not a true build to last mindset. You have to think about what is the business model product. Often in biotech companies, scientists will think of revenue as bad. Here it was the other way around, right? Which is if we had to be in business to build a big company, we had to sort of go ahead and start thinking about revenue early on. And Mammoth is one of those companies which actually has done really well with revenue in its early years. So this starts giving you a flavor of sort of how, this is designed from the ground up. You also want to have aligned stakeholders, right? Because you don't want an investor who's looking for a 3 to 5 year exit when you're trying to build a 10-year company. So there's a range of things like that go into it. And if we don't get the foundation right, it's impossible to retrofit it.